It's that time of year. It's time for Giant Monster Month. The Giant Gila Monster isn't really that special of a film. Debuting in the late 50s, the majority of the giant mutated everyday creature movies had played themselves out. American audiences were largely tired of these generic monster movies and began turning to more traditional horror movies with more traditional monsters, like a vampire, or on the opposite end of the spectrum, human monsters. That being said, I still love the Giant Gila Monster, who isn't even a Gila monster, and its valiant effort to stay relevant in a dying genre. The film starts in typical fashion. A couple goes to a nearby overlook to do what kids in these movies always do. Before they can get down to business, their car is thrown into the ravine by a monstrous being. So we're off to a very original start already. The local police and the couple's friends, led by Chase Winstead, begin to worry and search for the missing persons. Despite finding the crashed car, the authorities don't realize the predicament that the town is in and continue with business as usual. Another major cliche. What finally gets their attention is a train crash caused by the monster. In a wonderful sequence, we get to see our monster derail a toy train that crashes off a cliff. It's too late to warn everyone, however, and the teens have already gathered for a party in town. The Gila monster makes its way into town and pays our characters a visit. To combat the lizard, Chase rigs his car with nitroglycerin, oddly mentioned offhand earlier in the film, and rams it into the Gila monster to deliver a devastating blow. Rest in peace, big guy. This movie is as 50s as it gets. Everything from the setting, to the themes, to the story's morality is very 50s. Our main character is a hot-rodded rebel with a heart of gold. He enjoys rock music, hanging out at the soda fountain, and racing his hot rod. But don't worry, folks, he still works hard and is trying to save up money for his crippled sister. If I'm missing any other stereotypes, just let me know in the comments. But even that wasn't enough for this movie. The climax happens as the teens gather for a local sock hop. If I didn't know better, I would think that this movie was a parody of the genre and the time period. But that's just part of the movie's charm. The spooky theme, here, take a listen. And the corny plot make this movie stand out as being one of the most memorable, if not one of the best, monster movies to come out of the 50s. Next time you take your hot rod to the drive-in, you'd better look over your shoulder for the Giant Gila Monster.
Here's Johnny!
Oh, and by the way, the monster, it's a monitor lizard.